Hello farmers, welcome back to Hazzard County. It is almost morning. It's quarter after 8 in the morning actually. We have reached late autumn, the 5th of 6th day in our season's calendar, if you will. And I am fertilizing a field, or at least trying to. Doing a contract like I've been doing the day before and the day before and the day before. But we won't be doing all contracts today because finally, at least the PDA has told me that one of our cornfields is ready for harvest, and other fields have come up ready for harvest. Now, I have not tested this yet. I did check it on the 4th day of autumn. I took my combine down, and with the corn header on it, and it would not harvest. So I'm hoping that the PDA does tell the truth, and we will find out shortly. As for doing contracts in the money situation, our loan is below $500,000. I have taken 3 contracts to do while we're harvesting, and hopefully that will get us down to somewhere around $400,000 of a loan left. Now, hopefully with these harvesting contracts that we're doing, I can earn enough, but most of the contracts that we're probably going to do for harvesting is going to be for soybean and corn, which we need to make total mix rations. And if I do any wheat or barley, I'll probably keep that as well for the chickens just in case. And any oats we'll keep just in case for the horses as well. So, yeah, a lot of harvesting contracts that we do will be just for the contract money itself, and then any extra grain left over we will have for storage. The reason why I'm doing this part of the field for the contract is this is one of those fields that it's actually 2 fields in one, kind of like we have at our farm where Field 100, where our wheat and oat fields were. That's one field, so when you try to set up course play to do like fertilize this field, it's only going to do one of the sections. So I got a tree line to the right hand side of us here, all along there. That divides these 2 fields, and course play only recognizes field 75 being over there, not here. So I'm trying to get most of this field done as I can, so when the contract is, or when course play is done with that side, I have enough of the contract done. So yeah, I'm trying to fertilize here kind of in the dark, so I cannot even see where I've been. So I'm just kind of like eyeballing it and trying to figure out where I've been. And we're about to find out how good of a job I did on this side of the field here. Let's go here, go to the map, turn on fertilizing. I missed a little section down there, but I would assume that is good enough. And if I come over here and set this guy on a drivable course, which he's all set to go on, hopefully he'll finish the job. The other thing that I have been doing, if you look at the repair on the bottom right hand corner of the screen, it is just about bottomed out. So season says every 20 hours your vehicle needs repair. We're going on 26 hours and it's still quote-unquote running. So it's not like it kind of was like in 17 when you got to the edge of the repair meter, the tractor would just quit and not run or start. But it seems to be doing okay so far for us. So this is the page that we're all kind of concerned, not concerned about, have our eyes on. So here is our field 96 right in the middle of the screen that is ready for harvest. Our other cornfield, kind of like it was showing when it was growing, that half the field was in one stage ahead of the other. That seems to be the case for harvesting. So we're just going to harvest the one cornfield that is ready. I do have some other fields around the map, but right now, the other ones that are ready for harvest, we don't own those, and there are no contracts as of yet. So the contracts we're doing, field 75, we're going to get paid 18 grand for that. 86, we're going to get paid almost 20 grand for that, and field 98 will get paid 23 grand for that. And if we look at our money, yes, the loan, I owe $495,000, and once we pay that off, we'll borrow all of it back and buy the land from Mr. Anderson. At least I should be able to. Fingers crossed. On the other front here, the only thing else I did, have to go out this way. So when I was doing contracts on day 4, I finally went down and bought our pallets of wool. I bought 4 of them. And only because, well, the sheep were really popping out wool the other day. So I said, you know what, it's time to get those, and we'll just place them there. That way I don't have to worry about it too much. I already gave sheep the water this morning, so they're all set. As for the animal stats, how we doing this morning? It should be okay, but at some point during the day, we're going to have to give the horses some straw. Surprise, surprise. Some hay, and the chickens are going to require some wheat/barley. Wheat we have. We are up to 276 chickens. So, yeah, that's coming along rather well. But what we're really here for, and I just realized, do I need the Dutes Far for anything? And I'm looking around because I'm looking in the wrong direction. Because our trailer is here. Ta-da! And it needs to be over at the cornfield. And the Massey Ferguson is over there. And that's a long drive for the Massey Ferguson to come over and grab the trailer. So I think we'll just hop into the Dutes Far. The Dutes Far is not really doing anything today, I don't think. So why not go ahead and grab the trailer? Oh, and the other thing I did, because I just saw them sitting over there, is when I went down to grab the pallets for the wool, I grabbed our other DEF fuel can that was that respawned at the store that kind of got lost, but now it showed up. So now I got 2 cans sitting there. So the Dutes Far as well, the repair meter is getting kind of low. I'm trying to get to winter with them, really. That would be kind of key. Oh, I also did fertilize our grass field. And I can see the grass has already grown. That was like 2 days ago that we mowed it, because you didn't really see anything get done on day 4 of autumn. I think I did like 4 fertilizing contracts, but they were big contracts. They were going past both fields that I fertilized here. Both of them were on this main road. One of them is the fields that I hope to be buying in the near future. So this field here on the left, field number 40, I believe it is. So I think I got paid 78 grand for fertilizing that. And not this cornfield here on the right, which is ready for harvest. So hopefully in the afternoon I'll get some contracts for harvesting. Maybe I got to finish some of these fertilizing contracts to kind of clear the board, and some harvesting contracts to come up. But this field here, right after the cornfield on the right-hand side, I fertilized that as well, and I got paid, I want to say, $55,000. So between that field and this field on the left-hand side, it was like $120,000 in contracts alone. So, yeah, that's what I did the day before. I shouldn't say I did. As you know, I set up course plans like go to town. And basically when that's going on, sometimes I just, I kind of wander around the map, teleport to different places, just looking around, see what we can do in the future for the farm. Or I look at the store page thinking of things like, okay, I should buy that, and I could use that to do this or that. And that's what I'm basically doing. My course plays going on. Or sometimes I get up and walk around the house, because exercise is good for you once in a while. So, all right, so now we have our trailer over here. Actually, it wasn't that long of a drive, it seems like, but oh well. So yeah, the combine's already up here because I've been parking it here just to see when it was actually going to be ready for harvest. So yeah, even though the whole field on the left-hand side right now looks like it's ready for harvest, I'm assuming it's just to where the PDA says it is. So for now, we're going to park our Dutes Far and trailer here. And I definitely want to keep my eye on for harvesting contracts, because I need some soybeans. Now, there is a soybean field ready for harvest, so I'll just have to wait for a contract to come up on it. But now we're getting ready to find out, are these fields actually ready for harvest? And I probably should fold up the header, because it's going to be hard to get down the road here. Now, these cornfields are, I don't want to say are extremely huge, but they're, compared to the fields I've been working on around lately and other maps or whatever, this field here alone is pretty darn huge. Alright, so now the telltale sign, PDA says it's ready for harvest, and yes, we are harvesting. So I'm going to trust the PDA from now on. When that says it's ready for harvest, it's ready for harvest. So this is the first time using the combine with this header, so hopefully we don't have any hookups or catch-ups, if you will. Kind of like we did with the John Deere and the header, where it worked fine on flat land, but going uphill it had issues. Now I kind of tested this header and combine combo on a different map, and going up hills it didn't seem to catch anywhere, so it seemed to be good there. But yeah, we are actually harvesting pretty darn good. The yields seem to be pretty good. We're already up to 5,500 liters. So by the time I get to the end of this row, I'm going to be pretty close to what, 3/4 of a tank? Actually, I can't even see the end of the field yet. So what might be happening later on is I may set this off on a worker, because I'm going to be probably shuttling around the Dutes Far and the trailer. At first I'll put it into the TMR mixer, and then I don't know what the capacity is on that thing. I never really used that mixer, so we'll just keep piling it in there until I seem like I get a decent amount in there, and then I'll start putting the rest in the silo, because I may bring some on down to in the winter time when I don't have much to do. We'll bring on down to the ethanol plant and maybe make some diesel fuel. That's kind of the plan and idea. And I think I'm going to have a full combine before I get to the end of the field. Yeah, this field is rather, it's huge, I guess, is what I need to say. And the best part is, this is not even the biggest field on the map. So I think when we buy Mr. Anderson's land, that field number 40 might be one of the biggest, if not the biggest. But my plans for that in the future is to divide it up. Alright, so I did not make it to the end of the field. Turn the combine off. Let's jump back. And there it is. I knew it was by the chicken coop somewhere. So the Massey Ferguson is the one with the weight on the front, but the Dutes Far should be a little bit heavier, so hopefully, I mean, if the trailer does get too heavy and kind of lifts the front axle off, I can either just take the weight from the Massey Ferguson or bring the Dutes Far over, drop it off at the farm, because it's right there, and we'll grab the Massey Ferguson. So yes, doing contracts will bring in some money today. I'm trying to, in a way, I would like to buy Mr. Anderson's land before next spring. We did pay the leasing for the land and through winter, but I would like to get the land before next spring, only because there are some fields on there I would like to harvest myself. And contract in field number 75 is done. So while he is unloading, and I'm zoomed in quite a ways there, let's go ahead and collect that one. Field 86 and 98. 86 and 98 are the other two I got to do. I do believe 86 is up here, yeah, right here, so we're not far. And 98, I should know where 98 is, but I don't right off the top of my head. Oh, right below it. So, yeah, we're not far from here. I think I'll bring it over to field 98. Dude, the contract's over. You can stop now. So, luckily, I did enough work in the field across to get the contract done. Let's bring it over to field 98. You can start fertilizing that one. Clear out some of these contracts, and hopefully we get some harvesting contracts of our own to do in the afternoon. Just one of our cornfields already. I would like to go get some soybeans, so we can start making some total mix rations, so we can buy some cows. That's kind of the plan. Get some cows for the fall, but I would assume if I get cows for the fall, I'm not going to get any offspring for next spring, which means I may have to wait another year before cows actually produce any milk. I got row crop tires on here. I can drive across people's fields and not damage any crops. We're good. So yeah, that's kind of the plan. So yeah, that's the plan for this morning. Harvest our cornfield, put some in the Total Mix Rations mixer, get some of these contracts done, and fingers crossed, some contracts come up to where we can harvest some soybeans. Most of the fields that I saw quickly were soybean / corn fields, which is pretty much what I was planting late spring, early summer as contracts. Alright, so course generation, this is field 98. Around twice, generate. Give it a second to think. Pretty straightforward field. And there you go. Now we can hop on back to our combine. He has emptied on out. So yeah, I'm filling up the combine without even getting to the end of the row. And it's hard to say how many passes I'm going to make, but it's going to be a lot. So maybe I could sell some corn to the market, or do I want to keep it all and just make ethanol fuel? Because ethanol fuel just requires corn and water. So I would just have to buy a tanker, and probably a truck be the best way to do it. So that would mean almost like 200 grand for a truck and a tanker. But I mean, with all this extra corn I'm going to have, I should be able to get my money back on that much diesel fuel. I don't know what the ratio of corn and water is to a liter of diesel, but I would think I could get my money back pretty quick, and then I would have a truck. And then maybe get ourselves a bigger trailer, because I'm starting to see already, just by this field here, we're going to have a huge yield. Let's just say it that way. A pretty big, huge yield. So let me get a couple rows and headlands done here. And I'll probably bring it back once I start bringing the first load back to the farm and put it into the mixer. By then, I hope to have completed a circle. Maybe by then. I don't know. Well, we have made it around. And the combine is just about full and the trailer's full. So I'm bringing this back over to the farm. Going to go over to the Total Mix Rations mixer. Dump that right on in there. So the other thing I forgot to kind of mention, if you don't know if you saw the temperature when I first started, but it was actually below freezing this morning. Luckily, I didn't see anywhere where I lost any crops, but I'm sure in the next couple nights, if it gets really cold, it's not a good thing. What is the ratio here for Total Mix Rations? It's 50% silage and 25% corn and then soybean. So yeah, that's almost 60,000 liters there, and this is where I'm not on the right page here, and that's how much we've harvested. And you know the combine has 18,000 liters in there, so that's 78,000 liters I have harvested off that field, and that's the rest that we got right there. So quite a good amount of corn is what we should expect today. Like I said, I don't know if I want to sell any, but I think at first, since we're still doing contracts, I think I'll put all the corn that we get off these two fields in storage and try to figure it out after that. And I'm kind of cutting across grass here, but that's fine. When I buy that land, I might have a bigger exit than what we have now. Excuse me, I'm in a hurry. My combine's waiting for me. Yeah, I've been harvesting it myself, and then when the combine gets to be up around 15,000 liters out of 18, I hire a worker, and then I go get the trailer and the Dutz Fire, and I kind of forgot that this trailer actually is full way before it looks like it is. So when I emptied it into it last time, I'm like, oh, I got enough to put another load in there, and I got in the tractor, and I'm like, oh, we are like a few thousand liters short of being full. So yeah, I was thinking on this map we don't need to be using the really big trailers, but I'm thinking, yeah, I do. But I'm going to try to stay away from the trailer that we always use. Now I may look on the mod hub for other trailers. Nope, the engine's already on. I got to fire the worker. There we go. Put the header back down. Yep, that's what the rest of the field looks like. I got tons of passes to make on this field, so we're going to end up with a lot of corn. I'm probably going to be harvesting until at least 2 o'clock in the afternoon, if not longer, it seems like. But another load of the combine into the trailer. And yep, back to harvesting more and more and more. I should have grabbed a lunch and put it in the combine because, yeah, we're going to be here for a while. So about this field, as we're waiting for the trailer to finish up here, I got the combine on a worker. Being corn, it's definitely going to need to be plowed, but it also needs some lime as well. So I need to kind of put that into the schedule at some point. I probably should put some lime down before I plow it, but that's something I would like to get done before winter. I don't know if I'm going to have time to do that or not. And we have a full trailer. That just means something else more I need to buy. Something else we were going to need anyways, but yeah, something else that we do need to buy. So right now I'm thinking our second trailer will go into the Total Mix Rations mixer, and I'm thinking the rest will go into our silo because we should have more than enough corn in the mixer. I'll have 120,000 liters of corn in the mixer, and since it takes mostly silage, I don't think I got that much silage in there. Yeah, I should have more than enough corn to plop down in there. So yeah, it seems like I should be able to make, we're going to have that corn field to do probably the next in-game day. So I'm probably going to have tons of corn to bring down to the ethanol plant. Tons and tons. The only thing about the ethanol plant, it's in the southwest corner of the map. And I mean, it's in the southwest corner. So something I probably, like I said, that's something I can do during the wintertime when I have no field work to do or probably no contracts to do. Being a geo for the southeast of the U.S., the winters are probably, I'm going to assume, be rather, I want to say mild, and they might be kind of short. That's why we can harvest into the first and second day of winter here. But that's just kind of my feeling about it. We'll see how it comes along, but for now we'll just throw it into our silo. I think the silo, like I said, holds 1 million liters of each crop type that we can pop in there, so I don't think we'll hit 1 million liters, but then again, I might be surprised because so far now we have harvested 120,000 liters and put into the mixer. So it's possible that I could reach 1 million liters of corn. If we do, I'll just stick as much as I can to the mixer and much as I can to the silo, then figure it all afterwards, because I can always I do believe I can take corn back out of the mixer if it has not mixed into Total Mix Rations. And yes, I know you're almost full. You're full so darn quick because you got a big header, but you do hold 18,000 liters. Oh, that's right. I put him on a worker, so he's not going to go around and around and around. He's coming back this way. All right, that's fine. That's fine. So what I'm going to do now is, because our contract is done in whatever field number that was, I'm going to grab that class tractor and send him off to fertilize the other field so I can collect money on that and try to clean up some of these contracts that are out there and hopefully get a soybean contract sometime today, because yes, I would like to get some cows before winter. I know I've said that once before, but I'm excited about cows. Boo. I don't know what the greater feeling is. I don't know if it's harvesting our own crops or knowing that you're finally coming to the end of your first field that it's taking a lot longer than you thought it would. I actually turned the scale of time down to ×1 because if I didn't, I'm pretty sure, I said it would be like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, which would be at 1400 hours. I'm pretty sure we'd be at like a 5 o'clock in the afternoon, maybe even 6. And for late autumn, that would be getting kind of close to the darkness hours. And yeah, I got some more things I would like to do, maybe between episodes. Maybe just fertilize a few more fields here and there, see what kind of contracts come up. The other contract that we were doing is done. That's why we have $63,000 in the bank account right now. But yeah, we're just about done with this harvest here. I don't know how much is in the silo, because I don't know if you saw in the time lapse how I was actually working the field here. So basically the way it was going is I would go to the silo, empty into the silo, and when I would come back, somewhere like right about here when the harvester was coming back up from one end up to here, he'd be full, and I would empty him. And then when he was going down the other direction, since the pipe was on the correct side of the crop, I could just follow alongside him like this and empty him out. So I think I was going to the silo with like 40,000 liters out of 60. I mean, I might as well, because when he was coming up this direction before, I couldn't go on this side because there was crops. So I would have destroyed the crops. I said, instead of just sitting there waiting to fill up one more time, I figured, well, I might as well just go to the silo and unload, and when I get back, I can follow him down the other side. But yeah, that first harvest is done. Like I said, that field does require lime and will need to be plowed as well. So I'll probably fertilize it first, then put down lime, fertilize again, and then plow it, and then next year plant whatever. Not sure yet. I gotta figure out that crop rotation and such. But I am trying to think now, replanning how to do this schedule, because, you know, when you look at the PDA, the map, that field does not look, you know, as huge as like, oh, I could rip through that in no time, and then you finally go harvest it. So like if we go here to here, so there's field 96. I mean, it's a decent sized field, but when you scroll out, you look at other fields, it's like, oh, it's not that bad. Sooner or later, we're going to buy field 40 and 39. That's part of that land for $1.6 million. And you could probably fit 2.5 fields of 96 in field 40. That's going to be huge, man. But anyways, how much corn do we actually have in the silo? This does not count what's in the total mixed rations mixer. All right, so 265,000 liters. Not bad at all. I mean, I was saying, are we going to have 1 million liters? No. But I was kind of counting on both cornfields, but we're not going to have 1 million liters. Right now, the Dutes Far can park right here, because, yeah, that's a lot. That was a long time harvesting. That in real time, that took like an hour and 10 minutes. That's where we're at. Let me just check quickly on the animals. The chickens do need some wheat and barley, so I'll have to take care of that before I do anything else. But I think that's where we're going to wrap it up. We're going to leave the combine parked right there, because more than likely we'll be harvesting the corn tomorrow in our field 97. If I don't get more contracts elsewhere, any harvesting contracts come up? No, not yet. But we do get our corn. Now we just need some soybeans so I can make some total mix rations. I'll have to think about this between this episode and next. Of, do I rent a truck and a trailer, or just get a tanker for a tractor and start bringing some corn down to start making some ethanol, because we can make some diesel fuel, and the price of diesel fuel is 2,389 liters per 1,000. I probably should check, but I don't think this is going to fluctuate much here. Is it going to be listed as fuel or diesel? I think it's diesel. The price pretty much stays the same throughout the season, so it shouldn't matter there. So, yeah, I'll think about that in between episodes. But that's going to do it for today, guys. I got our first corn harvest in. Another one to go. Just as long. That field, I think they're the same size. But, yeah, that's going to do it for today. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. And I'll catch you next time in Hazzard County. But until then, have a good one.